One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent.
He would do a lot of foul shit, like behind the scenes. He would do some foul shit, like.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
Puffy was playing with your booty in Miami.
The second 50 Cent stepped into the courtroom, everything shifted. Diddy's eyes went wide, his jaw tightened, and his hands trembled under the table. The mogul who usually owns the room looked shaken. And this was day 3. 50 Cent didn't say a word, but his presence spoke volumes. A longtime rival, they're in support of Cassie. Witnesses said Diddy couldn't stop stealing nervous glances his way. The confidence he arrived with, completely drained. In a trial full of surprises, this moment was one for the books, not for the words spoken, but for a silent message in the room.
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said,
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 19th.
That's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he says something fabulous and he goes, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What is he talking about?
Incident is going off.
When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like, he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of dude, you take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
Right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually. But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day?
I'm just not with all that flicky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic. Or
Seeing Diddy calm spent 3 decades mastering control. His image, his brand, his every move polished to perfection. Behind the scenes, a team of staffers kept the public seeing only what he wanted. Calm, confident, untouchable. But whispers pulled another tale, a temper barely contained, outbursts hidden from the spotlight. Those stories never surfaced publicly, until now, in the days before trial, the cracks appeared, snapping at fans, gripping the podium like a lifeline, subtle but telling signs for a man obsessed with control. Then came day 3. Court reporters watched as Diddy's leg jittered nervously beneath the defense table. He interrupted his own lawyer more than once. Finally, he lost it mid-testimony, forcing a judge's stern warning about contempt. And just as the courtroom held its breath, the doors swung open, and in walked 50 Cent, his longtime rival and unexpected supporter of Cassie. Witnesses say Diddy went pale. The carefully crafted image shattered in an instant.
And announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't shoot.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey Epstein.
Tell him the story.
Tell him the story. So we talking about rumors, right?
Yeah.
And when you Google his name, there's a rumor that pops up that he was Diddy's boy toy.
Oh shit!
Right?
Wait, so this is
so Charlamagne said
it's not true, but I told after he brought up this stuff with you, I said, you know what 50 gonna say when he meets you?
Oh no, I don't know that was going on.
You know,
I can't wait to run into him again.
See, what you gonna say to him?
Puffy was playing with your booty in Miami.
You know what 50 gonna say to you when he sees you?
What?
I heard Diddy touch your butt.
Yeah. Wait till I see him. Wait till I see him. I'm like, yo.
With Puffy, I know you're not really tapped in, but what
the last thing I saw was like a guy there. He was like, yo, he like pushed me into the truck. It really hurt. And he sounded me. I was like, yo, look, I could find other things to do for money.
The feud between 50 Cent and Diddy has raged for nearly 20 years, raw, personal, and impossible to ignore. From public digs about Biggie's murder to relentless online taunts, 50 never holds back. But nobody saw this coming. On day 3 of Diddy's trial, 50 Cent strode into the courtroom, sharp in a black suit and sunglasses. The room fell silent. Witnesses say Diddy froze mid-sentence, his face draining of color. It wasn't just a power move. During lunch, 50 told reporters he was personally funding Cassie's legal team. "This isn't about old beef," he said. "It's about right and wrong." Inside the courtroom, the news hit Diddy like a bomb. He slammed his fist on the table, spilling his water. Security stepped in as his lawyers scrambled to steady the chaos. Then, just as the tension reached a breaking point, the prosecution stood up, unveiling new evidence that they claimed proved Diddy had lied under oath. What came next changed everything.
Do a lot of foul shit. Like behind the scenes, he would do some foul shit. Like hating on, like doing things with people I done business with that he done business with. He would say shit that I like, he said that to you?
Right.
I was like, yeah, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and niggas don't know what they like till they see somebody with it. So they want the girls after you're done with them and shit.
Yeah, leftovers.
Yeah.
You take your leftovers. A lot of niggas have my leftovers.
He was not offended by what I was offended by. This is what
They found Kendrick and Wifey.
You know, that's obviously doing shopping. They got the same outfit.
Yeah,
And wore it in public.
Yeah, that's a nice shirt. That's a nice shirt. All right, so when he said the shopping line in real life, what did you say?
I said, let me get away from him. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, maybe I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you could give me the hood shit. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the wedding. I always say to myself, like,
it was someone's wedding?
It was Chris Lighty's wedding. It was in Miami. Nori's there. Nori knows this because I looked at him.
After 50 Cent's unexpected courtroom appearance, the tension was already off the charts. Then the prosecution dropped a bombshell. "Your Honor, we'd like to present evidence item 47B. Diddy's team objected. They hadn't seen this footage before." A tense sidebar ensued. When the judge returned, he allowed it. The video was from Diddy's Miami home, dated April 2018. No audio, but the visuals spoke volumes. Diddy yelling, backing Cassie against a wall, shaking her, and pushing her down. The courtroom gasped. Diddy jumped up, shouting, "That's not what happened." His chair toppled as his lawyer pulled him back. Just one day earlier, Diddy swore under oath, "I have never physically assaulted Ms. Ventura." There is no video because it never occurred. Now caught in a lie, his composure crumbled. Head in hands, muttering to himself, the judge sternly said, "Mr. Combs needs to maintain his composure." By day's end, Hollywood was buzzing, texts flying, allies quiet. The empire wasn't just cracking, it was collapsing in real time.
These years, you've been the only one calling this out.
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They
You're
said
a
you're
hater.
crazy.
You do this, yeah. And now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting. There's all this shit that's coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying
It
is,
might come from you.
You see it now. All of these complaints. People were damned. They were and pillaged. This was what was going on, right? And what do I get for the? I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like I look at things and go. When you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like. Then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing. He just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that.
Wait, do you think there's truth to the Jay thing? There's no way.
Know. Like that, look, you know, so like if you say, I have this thing where I'm conflicted when it takes you 20 years to remember something happened to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I go, oh, so 10 years, 20 years later, it comes back. And it's like all of Puff's problems are coming from the ministers touching little boys.
What you mean?
The laws are the way they are because because
of the priests.
The priests touching little boys.
For years, Diddy's inner circle stood firmly by him, attending events, collaborating on music, and publicly defending the mogul. No one wanted to risk their careers by speaking out against him. But everything changed after day 3 of the trial. Videos surfaced showing the alleged incident and Diddy's courtroom meltdown. The real game changer, when 50 Cent openly backed Cassie, giving others the courage to pick a side. An industry insider revealed, suddenly, people felt safe supporting her without being the first to speak. Within hours, the celebrity world split. Usher, Mary J. Blige, and Justin Bieber unfollowed Diddy on social media, some deleting old photos. Indirect messages flooded in. Lizzo tweeted, "Believe women." The Wheat wrote, "Power doesn't equal truth." Drake posted, "The truth always surfaces." Cardi B called live for an end to protecting abusers. No names, but the message was clear. Calls from Diddy now often go unanswered. While Rihanna, Bianca, and Jay-Z reportedly remain silent, support for Cassie is growing. Top artists have reached out to her legal team. Lady Gaga even sent a private message of solidarity. What once could have ended careers is now a turning point. More stars are distancing themselves, and Diddy's influence is clearly slipping. The trial's tension peaked with a courtroom outburst that stunned even the judge and sent shock.
What is this guy trying to get?
I don't know. Like, it's a simple suit situation, but it's like
20 mil. I can say it.
You still have to black his face out. You still have to mimic his voice because he's like,
but his voice wasn't even that different.
And a little deeper. I was like, almost like, no, that's you, young buck.
Yo,
almost felt like it was him. I almost knew who it was. You know what I mean? I was like, nah. You heard what he just said, right? He's like, yo, certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. Like they would look, like he would say stuff, and it's like he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much shit that you go, wait. No, this was visible.
He was in the hallway. We saw the video.
Yeah,
we saw that video.
It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't give a fuck. Like, you could tell that he was already.
Nah, New Yorkers know. Because when Fab, he was like, yo, Fab, we ain't party. Fab was like, nah, we partying tonight.
He's like, no, like, but he didn't party. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, they let that one go? Like, I had to say something about it later because I was like...
On day 3, the courtroom was packed, media buzzing, celebrities scattered, and 50 Cent calmly watching. Diddy, usually composed, grew visibly restless, whispering loudly to attorneys, bouncing his leg, and nervously adjusting his tie. At 2:30 p.m., Cassie took the stand. She testified clearly about a 2019 incident where Diddy threatened her career after she tried to end their relationship. He said he made me and could ruin me just as easily. As she spoke, Diddy shook his head, anger building. When Cassie recounted being locked in a room at a 2018 party after speaking with another executive, Diddy's anger exploded. He jumped to his feet, shouting, "That's all lies. You know what you did." Security quickly stepped in. The judge sternly warned, "Mr. Combs, control yourself. One more outburst and you will be held in contempt." The request for recess was denied. The courtroom fell silent. Diddy's uncharacteristic meltdown shocked everyone. Jurors took extensive notes, while Cassie remained composed, supported by powerful allies like 50 Cent, who calmly nodded in response to Diddy's threats. Diddy's defense unraveled, shifting from calm businessman to passionate but misunderstood. His team filed a mistrial motion blaming 50 Cent's presence, but the judge rejected it. Cassie's team secured permission to call new witnesses, including a former security guard and assistants who witnessed Diddy's behavior firsthand. Outside the courtroom, 50 Cent launched a fierce social media campaign sharing viral footage with the caption, "Actions speak louder than lawyers." He announced a new documentary series expected to delve into the case. Cassie's confidence grew. Diddy's behavior weakened his case. Experts say jurors are influenced by such outbursts, which likely hurt him. Beyond the trial, cracks appeared in Diddy's empire. Stock prices dropped, brand deals paused, and talent agencies reconsidered ties. The power dynamic flipped. Once untouchable, Diddy faces public reckoning. Cassie, once hesitant, now stands strong, backed by unexpected support. With 50 Cent promising more revelations, this case is more than a relationship dispute, shaking the music industry's foundation, exposing truths long buried.
And announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey Epstein.
Tell him the story.
Tell him the story. So we talking about rumors, right?
Yeah.
And we, when you Google his name, there's a rumor that pops up that he was Diddy's boy toy.
Oh shit!
Right.
Wait, so this is
So Charlamagne said
It's not true, but I told
It's not true, it's not
after
true,
he
it's
brought
not
up the stuff with you, I said, you know what 50 gonna say when he meets you?
Oh no, I don't know that was going on.
You know,
I can't wait to run into him again.
what you gonna say to him?
Puffy was playing with your booty in Miami.
You know what 50 gonna say to you when he sees you.
What?
I heard Diddy touch your butt.
Yeah. Wait till I see him. Wait till I see him. I'm like, yo.